What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So an association of my high school at the University of Cape Coast asked me to create welcome back to school flyer, and this is what I made. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can create this. So it's going to be some sort of recreation. So let's go. Now go to file and click new, and this is the settings for the document, so make sure you check that and hit create. Now we are going to set our background first. Okay, so I will come to my File Explorer and click on this image, click and drag and put it in Photoshop. So I'm going to expand it to fit the canvas. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Good. So what I will do is I'll make sure I center it very well and I lock it because I don't want any distraction. So the next thing I will do is that I will click and drag this back and put it on top of the window like that, and I will unlock it. Okay, so I'll come to my property panel and click remove background from the quick action menu, and Photoshop is just going to remove the background for me. Now I have to check if everything is okay, then right click and convert it to smart object. Now from here I'm going to filter camera raw filter, okay, because I want to increase the quality a little bit. So I will type 25 for sharpening like that, and I will go to basic. Okay, and here I'm going to type 20 for texture and 10 for clarity. So now let's check. This is before and this is after. You see improvement, right? Let's click OK. Then let's click and drag this into our window like this. Just release it like that. Now I'm just going to expand it a little bit like that. So I'm just doing an adjustment. All right, good. So what I will do is that the back looks flat, so I'm going to create a layer for shadow. Okay, so I'll call it shadow. Okay, and I'm going to put it beneath the back layer. Okay, so let me call it back so that you don't get confused. So BAG, that's good. Now on the shadow layer I'm just going to pick my brush tool and make sure that my foreground color is black. Okay, then I'm going to make it dark, just one click. Okay, and I'm going to hold shift and bring this one down. Okay, bring it very down like that. So this is how I create my shadow. Okay, bring it down like that and expand it. Okay, I'm just trying to make the back not to float. Okay, so I think I have to bring it down and make it more flat like that. Okay, so I'll group. No, let me adjust the shadow a little bit. Oh, okay, let me adjust things like that. So yeah, I think everything is okay. So what I will do is that I'm going to reduce the opacity because I don't want it to be more dark. You understand? All right, so I think we are good. All right, so what I will do is I will select the back layer and the shadow layer and just group them. You know, organization is very important. Okay, it helps you to navigate through the layers very easy. So we call that school bag. All right, and we lock it, no distraction. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my text. Okay, and I'm using Chewy. That is the font I'm using. So I'm just going to type back to school. Okay, back to school. So I'm just going to type that. All right, and just check it. Good. So I'm going to adjust it a little bit. Okay, just adjusting it a little bit now. Good. Okay, now let me transform it. Okay, skew. Let me skew a little bit like that before I duplicate it. So skew like that. I hope you saw what I did, and I'll bring it beneath the back like that. Now what I'll do is I'm going to hold Alt and click and drag to duplicate it. Okay, so let's just do that like that. Okay, and I'm going to double click on it and write the welcome. Right, so welcome. The message is welcome back to school. Right, so what I'll do next is that I'm going to divide the size of it by 2. Okay, like this. And don't mind, I mean, you can just adjust it if you think it's still not working for you. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I have to make sure they are all centered like this, and I'm going to I think I have to change the colors here. So I'll select the welcome like this. Okay, let me group them. Organization is really important. Okay, so I'll group them and call them text like that. Okay, and adjust them a little bit. I think it's doing good for now. Now I'm going to pick the colors from the back. You know, that's what we are going to do. So I will just change the color like this. I'm just picking it from the back like that. And what I'll do next is I'm going to change the welcome to a different color. Okay, so I'll hit and select it from this reddish kind of orange pencil color. Okay, no, yeah, I think this is what I want. All right, so I'll change the color of the two. I'm just trying to use the colors in the back. You understand? Yeah, that's one trick you can use in your work. Using the color of the image or the colors from the image, you can make the work harmonious, you know, communicate very well. So now I'm just going to bring this contact. Whoa, let me close this first. My window is full, so let me close this like that, and let me click and drag this and bring it here like that. Good. Now I'm going to cut part of this. Okay, using my lasso tool, I'm just drawing around where I want to cut it. By the way, you have to make sure that you rasterize the layer. Okay, so this one is already in the raster form, so I'll click and drag it into my work or the document here, and I'm just going to reduce it. It's too big, so as you can see, right? So yeah, nope, let me reduce it again. It kind of twists, so I don't like it. So let me just do it very well like this. Yeah, so what I will do is I'm going to draw a box, yeah, with the fill black like that. Okay, so let me change the fill to black like that. I don't want that dot. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to merge the two to become one shape, and I would call it telly. Okay, so that's telly. And what I'll do is that I'm going to give it a color, so effect, color over there, and I'm going to give it the color, this color. Okay, so just click on it, and I think we are good. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add text. Okay, so this one I'm going to choose Poppins. It's one of my favorite texts. I mean, my favorite fonts. You understand? So we are going to do bold, Poppins bold, and I'll change the color to white. Okay, that is FFF, that's a hash code for white. And I'll change the size. No, I want to type 5. Okay, so let me make it 5. Okay, good. And let me write something 4. Okay, so with this contact, I'm trying to be creative a little bit, right? Yeah, just do your thing, just be creative. That makes your work stand out, So I'm going to hold Alt and click and drag to duplicate it like that. And I'm going to, sorry for the something, I don't know why the machine is doing that though. So I'm just going to double click on the text layer to edit it and write more info. Okay, so just the contact section of the work that I was trying to make it creative. Okay, so for more info, that's what I want to do. Okay, designing, what we have been doing, it has been already done by many people, so you just have to add your style to make it stand out. That's all you have to do. Okay, so just don't forget that. All right, so now I'm going to select the forward and bring it down closer to the more info like that. Okay, and I think I have to add some boxes on top. Okay, so I'll change to no stroke like what I've done, and I'm just going to draw some box very small just to represent that keys on the telly, you understand, the telephone. Yeah. So I'm going to adjust it like that, turn off my transform controls so that I can see the circle, and let me call it small box. It's not circle, please, it's box. So I'll just click and drag to duplicate it. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it, let me bring it. Okay, and I'll just do the same thing because I want 3. Okay, I'm just using my arrow keys to move them to the right. Okay, and I'm going to select all, hold shift and select all, and make sure that they have equal space. Okay, so I think they are good. So basically we are doing good with our telephone. Okay, so let me adjust things a little bit like that. Now I'm going to select this telly and hold shift and select everything and group it. Okay, and I'm going to call this telly box. I don't know if that is the correct name, but that's what I'm calling it, telly box. Okay, so it left with the phone. Okay, now we have the telly box, it left with the phone. Okay, so that it will be telephone. All right, so I'm just adjusting things like that, and what I'm going to do before the phone, let me write my text. So this text can be anything like a code or something. Okay, so let me change it to extra light, or okay, let me go by thin. I think thin is okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make it black. Okay, and I will click and drag. Oops, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, I'll click and drag to create a text box. So anytime you want to put in more info, you just have to click and drag to create a text box. Okay, change the font to PowerPens and just reduce the size. Okay, just reduce the size and just check the leading, the space between the lines. Okay, I'll type 1.5. I think that one will do. And sorry, my paragraph 2 should be right or left. Yeah, I think left. And I'm going to type 1. I think 1 for the font size is okay. like that. And we are just going to skew things a little bit. Okay, so as we did to the back to school or welcome back to school. So same way, what we do is that we go to edit. Okay, you go to transform, then select skew, then you just click and drag it like that. You understand? Yeah, you want to see that repetition in the work. So it's one principle of graphic design. You have to do repetition, but it's not compulsory though. Yeah, so I'm just trying to create repetition here like that. Okay, so now I think I'm not actually typing anything. Okay, but here you can put anything like a quote or something and you'll be good. Okay, so what I'll do next is, let me position my, anyway, I'm holding control to do this. Okay, so you can do that, control or command, just to move the thing without selecting it, actually, without putting your mouse cursor on it. So now let's take this part of the telephone. Okay, so you have to deselect it. I hope you saw what I did before you select it. Okay, so I'll just draw it like this. Just draw. Don't, make sure it's in raster form before you do this. So I will just bring it here, just click and drag and reduce the size. It's very big, as you can see. So let me adjust it like that. Okay, make it very small. Okay, let me call this phone. Okay, let me call this phone. I'm just trying to be creative a little bit. Like I told you, that's what you have to do. Alright, so I'm going to give it a color. So color overlay, and I'm going to select, double click on this and just select this color. You see, so the repetition is working over here. You see, I'm repeating colors and I'm repeating styles. Alright, so we just want to check if we are doing good. So now what I'll do is I'm going to make it, just adjust it a little bit. Okay, and I'm going back and I will just deselect it. Okay, so select, deselect, shortcut is Control D. You saw it, right? So with my lasso tool, I will just select this part, just this part. Okay, like that, and make sure I select it very well. Okay, and I'll just click and drag it to here and reduce the size. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the color of this. Okay, yeah, I want it to have that green color so that it will give it more contrast and it will look nice. That's what I thought it would be, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, you see, sometimes you just have to play around. All right, so let's adjust it with our arrow keys like that. So I'm making it to match it up with the one that is already there, like that. Yeah, good. So I can select this one and change the color. So go to FX, color overlay, and now I'm going to double click or select from my swatch. Okay, let me select from my swatches like that. And I think for every color that you pick, you can see it in your swatch. You see what I did. So sometimes it's just easy for you to pick it from the swatch if you already have the colors. Okay, so we are going to do same. This time around I hit Control D to deselect, then I select this. Okay, this part too, we are going to select it and just use our move tool, then click and drag to bring it to our work like that. And I'm just going to decrease it and match it up with this small thing there. Okay, so hold Control Command and just move it. Yeah, that is what I did. All right, so yeah, let me change the color as well. So color overlay, and I think you already have it, so just hit OK like that, and I'll just match it up. Okay, I think it's too big, so let me reduce it a little bit like that. Okay, so we are doing good. Yeah, I think it's okay now. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to try to create a chord. A chord. You see, we have the tele box somewhere and we have the phone, so there should be a chord. Okay, yeah, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there should be that chord to connect it. So I'll go to my pen tool and select freeform pen tool. Okay, so this one is just gonna allow me to draw freehand. So I'm making sure that it is shape and the fill is none and the stroke is white. Okay, and I'm going to check the style, the stroke options. Click more options and make sure that you've selected dashed line and the dash is 6 and gap is 4. Then hit OK. So here I'm just going to draw it with my mouse. So we are creating a chord, okay, to connect our phone to the tele box. I don't know if that's what they call it. Yeah, so I'll just connect it like that, and I think it's too big, so I'll reduce the size of the stroke. Please make sure you do that before you click on any tool, because if you don't do it before, you can't change it later. Okay, so I think this is good for me. All right, so now we are done with our creative telephone thing. All right, so I'm just gonna select everything like that and group it. Just group it. Organization is really important. So I'm going to call it a complete phone. Now this is a complete phone. It has everything. So what I'm going to do next is I think I'll add the contact details, the number and the name. So that is what I'm going to do next. Okay, we are looking good. We are doing good. So let me select my text. Okay, and change the color to white like that. So I'm just going to click. Okay, and I'm just going to type any number like 0, 1, 2, 3. You can just put your contact there. Okay, so just adjust it a little bit and expand it like that. Okay, so I'm just using my arrow keys to move it like that. As you can see, let me change it to bold. Yeah, I want it bold. Okay, so just do it like that, and let's add some shadow, okay, to give us some sort of contrast. Okay, yeah, I don't want us to make it like you will not see the contact. Okay, so I'm just adding shadow to create that contrast. Okay, so just check my settings here. Yeah, check my settings, and that's all. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to duplicate it, hold Alt and click and drag like that. Okay, so that's going to be the name of the person. Actually, he was my president. Okay, I mean, that's my president. Okay, so just write a name here. I'm not going to type the real name, but you just write the name here and just adjust it like that. Okay, and you just have to change. Okay, let me change the bold to regular or medium. Okay, medium is okay. So I'm just going to make sure that they are centered. Okay, good. Alignment is really important too in graphic design. So I think we are doing good. What we are going to do is I'm going to bring the logos. Okay, so let me close this, we don't need it, and let me go to this and just select the school logo. That's the university logo and the high school logo. You don't need to do this. Okay, yeah, if you don't have it, you can just put any logo there. I mean your logo. All right, I kind of lose one. Oh, I don't know, but let me see. Did I select everything? Yeah, I selected them. Okay, good. So yeah, we are good. Now the last thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring this texture. Okay, this texture. Actually, I'm not doing anything. It's just a texture with the marks on it, and I've just cleaned some parts. That's all. And the blending mode is luminosity and opacity is 10. That's all. So I'll just click and drag it from the previous work to this work like that. Okay, and I'll just adjust it. Okay, then I'll bring it down. Okay, I want it to be part of the background, so I just do that like that, and we are good. Okay, so that's all for the work. I hope you've learned something. Okay, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Okay, support this channel, and there are more things to learn. Okay, so make sure you watch the next video because you can learn a lot. Trust me, I have tutorials on my channel. You can check it out, and see you in the next video.